Personal protection expert Steve Collins is here to tell us how to stay safe this Christmas. Got a book here, Think, Act, Stay Safe, React, Approach to Self-Defence. Thanks very much for joining us this morning,
My
sir.
pleasure.
Party season is upon us. Many people are going to be out making merry, whether it be Christmas do's, whether we're going out for meals. How important is it, specifically this time of year, that we have our wits about us?
It's crucial. It's crucial, and I can speak from personal experience. I'm supposedly a world authority on this subject, and not so many years ago, I was attacked by a nice young gentleman with a Stanley knife, wanting cash for Christmas. Particularly frightening experience. And although I teach this stuff, and I lecture, and I write books, and I teach all over the world, it happened to me, which means it can happen to absolutely anybody. One of the things about personal protection is that people think that they need to go and learn some sort of method of fighting, some sort of martial art. That isn't actually true. And with all due respect to the martial artists out there, the guys that do karate and jiu-jitsu and judo and all these things, I owe my reputation and skills to the martial arts, but unfortunately, martial arts as we know them do not lend themselves to streetwise protection. Self-defense is not about fighting. In fact, self-defense is anything but fighting. Self-defense is learning how to recognize danger.
Right.
And recognizing danger means that you can hopefully extract yourself from it before it happens. Now, in my particular experience, I didn't recognize the danger. Therefore, I was attacked. Now,
may I ask why?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, why did you not? Were you being blasé at that time, or were you just
No,
kind of took your eye off the ball?
it was December, a couple of weeks before Christmas, about this time. It was dark, it was wet, it was cold. I was tired. It was about 9:30 at night. I'd just finished work. I walked around the back of my building, which I've done 1,000 times before, to get into my car to drive home, and I thought I was okay. In actual fact, I was being unaware that the danger was there. In fact, I was switched off. You cannot be switched off and protect yourself against physical harm, violence, attack, rapes, muggings, street robberies. You cannot defend yourself against these things unless you are switched on. Now, the particular gentleman in this case, let's just say his victim selection process was a little bit off that evening.
I was going to say.
But however, it was only years and years and years of training that got me out of that situation. Most people don't have years.
So you talk about awareness then, though, but obviously this time of year there are lots of party functions, lots of social events. We don't want to become so overly aware that we avoid going out. So what are the key points then? How do we become...
You can't walk around being paranoid. You can't be looking over your shoulder every 5 minutes. What you have to understand is that the street predator will pick on the weaker members of society. In other words, victims look like victims.
Right.
If you're not alert, if you're not conscious of your surroundings, the people in your surroundings, the predators will pick you out. It's like a lion looking for the weak members of the herd. Right. They stand out like a sore thumb. You can walk through the streets of Manchester now and you will see the victims because they look like victims.
How do we avoid looking like a victim then?
By being, having a sense of assertiveness about you, looking alert, not looking down at the floor, not looking as if you're lost, looking as if you know where you're going, you have a purpose, and you are aware of your situation and the people in your surroundings.
An air of confidence there, Steve.
An air of confidence, absolutely.
You picked up a few points there, but as regards to kind of perhaps bullet points as an overall protection sort of system to yourself that perhaps you may want to tailor individually, are there a series of bullet points that perhaps every individual can do?
The book that you've kindly shown is called REACT. Now, REACT is we use REACT as an acronym, and the first letter of REACT is the letter R, which stands for recognise. Recognise that there is a possible danger. Now, this could be you're not comfortable with a situation, you're not comfortable with a person, you're not comfortable with a place. But recognise that there is possibly a potential danger there. The second letter of REACT is the letter E, which stands for evaluate. Right. You've recognised there's a problem, but is it a little problem or is it a big problem? Is it something that's going to upset you or potentially put you in hospital. Once you've evaluated the situation, certain alternative actions, which is the letter A, will present themselves to you. I can do this, I can do that, I can do the other. Once you've decided what you're going to do, you then have to concentrate, which is the letter C. Now, concentrate just means your focus, both mentally and physically, has to be on whatever it is you have decided to do. And the letter T stands for terminate. Now, termination can be anything from run away to a verbal diffuse to maybe some sort of physical intervention. Now, that's taken me 30 seconds to explain. In actual fact, in your brain, it happens like that.
Yeah.
Your brain downloads this information like a biocomputer almost, but you have to get the system into your head. Now, you do this when you're driving. You two drive, I drive, most of the people watching this programme will drive a vehicle. When you get into a vehicle, you actually follow that REACT system. The first thing you do is, because you recognise danger, you put your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Or mirror signal manoeuvre and all that. So
absolutely.
Yes, brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Certainly a fascinating insight and certainly something to take in consideration and think about it. OK.
Just being overly aware, well, not overly aware, but just be extra aware at this time of year.
Being aware.
Thank you very much for coming in. We're going to go to a quick break now, but do join us again in just a couple of minutes when Frank Sidebottom, God help us, will be helping us to go through today's newspapers. We'll see you then.